what are the current big challenges for business in the data science? The challenges that we see when we're brought into different teams to try and help them solve their issues. So the first and foremost one is their inability to handle different data types. There's a lot of different text coming in, there's a lot of different image data coming in, there's sometimes a lot of different numbers, and they could be structured in a lot of different ways. And that's a big issue, is how you bring everything in and make it, for example, numerical. How do you feature extract everything, or you translate between image data, textual data, numerical data, bring it into one standard form to one standard representation, and then use it later on. Another big issue is, and I think the two are kind of tied together, is that there's a slow insight cycle and an issue with reproducibility of results. So basically, people are not able to rapidly use the same methods again and again on new data, on new areas, whether it has to do with the type of data, or maybe it has to do with the way the databases are structured and allocated. Maybe there's some area of the company that no one really knows how to get data from, or it's in a totally different format, and it doesn't necessarily work well with everything else. Another big thing is a lack of communication and feedback from the stakeholders, from the people actually trying to do something with the data, actually trying to get business insight. And I think there's a big differential between people like in this room that are trying to understand what to do with the data, and between the people performing the data analytics. And there's a big separation there in what they want from each other. There's an inability to interface with the results. With that, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. One way I like to look at it is that you get a plot. At the end of the day, you as someone trying to, let's say, drive a marketing campaign, you get a plot of the data from your website. But it's not necessarily useful because you don't want the first plot you're looking at. You want to change a parameter. You want to look at it in a different way. And a lot of time, data is served in an uncustomized way. So it's served kind of in a very plain way. And there's not many good ways to deploy that information organizationally for everyone. One of the big reasons, it's not about setting up some web page that all the data are presented in. It's setting up different web pages for different groups that want to view the data in different ways. Because I'm sure the developers want to see it different than the marketing people, than the sales people, than the strategic people. And you need to create custom plots, basically, for each of them, instead of having a central place where all your data is standardized and normalized and clean, and then you can go out and plot it for each group in the way that fits best for them, which we're kind of going to see. And that everybody wants answers, and they want them now, and they don't understand why it takes so long. I think that's another big issue that friends of mine working in this industry see a lot.